it's Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. I just ate dinner downstairs. I just had a live with my Getting Crafty family. Now we are going to check out, make sure that everything is streaming where it needs to be. There we go. Let's give it a second. Okay, there is that. And if I click it, then I can see. Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Here we go. Yep. Hi. I want to make sure that you can hear me. Yep. Okay. Perfect. If it goes silent, y'all, can you tell me? Hi, Deb. I'm so glad. Hello, my friend. You guys, I just, Deb, if you don't know, I love you. You have such an encouraging way about you and so much loving, and I feel like I'm failing you as a friend, but I love you so much. Your cards, everybody, they just sit there and make me so happy. I actually have them displayed, if you don't know that. If you guys send me cards, I display them. I don't always get very many, believe it or not. Not that I'm begging for them, but I'm always so busy making them that sometimes I don't even get to send them the way I want to. I'm behind in some of the mailing I want to do. And hopefully I will be getting caught up. I just get a little overwhelmed with, like, I have all the retired stuff out and I have boxes of old stuff pulled up. It's just kind of chaotic, and I'm hoping to tackle that this week. But you can imagine, like, running a business as a stamping business and staying on top of everything. Ooh. Can be a challenge, y'all. Your channel. I just need to double check here, guys, that I can see people watching and that I can see your comments. Awesome. Hi, Tiffany. Awesome. Okay, let's see if I can move things about and see that better. Okay. Hope all is well. Yes, I am very good. A little tired this week. We, if you didn't see, I did, oh, this is not, This is like too much in one area, and if I'm going to craft, I'll be crafting around too much, so there you go. That's okay. I've got an idea. Okay. I'm putting them both right next to each other, which does not mean I'm going to stay on top of the comments. Okay, it will be as I go through, and I'll keep an eye with you guys. Stampin' Up doesn't, or not Stampin' Up, social media doesn't always show me the comments. At least on Facebook, they can disappear, which makes me go crazy, just so you guys know. So yeah, I'm good. I do Taekwondo. So lately, we did our testing. It was supposed to be the week before and they moved it. So we did our testing last night, and I get very stressed. And I space, and I hate that. I hate that about myself, but, yeah, I overcame and completed and belted up. So yay. And now I feel like I can breathe a little bit. We're still praying for my husband, just so you guys don't know, he's in search of a job. So we're still praying for him and the Lord to provide for that. So that's our heart prayer for that. So yeah, I am, hold on, I forgot I have to do some things here. If you have not, can you like this video and share it? Sharing is caring. Let me see if I can, it's not going to let me share. Oh my goodness. Social media, y'all, not always fun. It isn't. It isn't. Just in case you were wondering, social media is not always fun. Especially when you're writing it for a business and you feel ancient. People laugh at me. What do you mean I feel ancient? I know some of you are older than me. It's okay. I like to say I have an old soul, which does not necessarily constitute being and feeling ancient, but I do. Okay, that's not where I want to share. Here we go. This is the one I think that will let me share. No. Forget about it. Okay, we'll just leave it. If you can share that, that's great. Sharing is free and a great way for you to show your things. Now, I have a giveaway tonight. I am going to be giving away, you guys can choose a stamp set or a die set. You just have to let me know, and I will surprise you with either a die or a stamp set. So I will do that at the end of the night. Let me just put some stuff aside that I was working on and find stuff that's missing. We're gonna do a fun fold. I love me some fun folds, and I love that you guys are here with me crafting. I love that we are hanging out together, and we are gonna be using the He's All That bundle right here. So this is the He's All That bundle, and I love it. First of all, we're gonna be doing a class on this. That class got moved a little bit later because I was overwhelmed through May between wrapping up our homeschool curriculum, my son's graduating, birthdays, girls, let's just peace out on that one. I don't even want to acknowledge my own birthday. It went by. But we will be using this. This starts the last Monday in May. This gives you time to order that right now. And we will still have time to create for 3 weeks, with this great set in time for you to send Father's Day card. Now, Father's Day can go to a neighbor, to the town manager. Like my town manager is Mike. He's a great dad, a great husband, but he's also a great town manager who's into the vintage rise also. My son will be creating with us this week using this very bundle. Yeah, the 18-year-old boy. He doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know that, but we're gonna be creating. I've mentioned it in front of him. My son is oblivious, y'all. I think it's an age thing, but yeah. I see multiple people comment and let me know where you're from. We pick a winner from the comments, and I will be picking a winner tomorrow. This gives you 24 hours to comment, to share. So if you've liked the video, you will get an extra option, and then if you've shared the video, it shows me, and I can add you in for that. And I will do a drawing, and somebody will get something for free. And hopefully that makes you excited, as I am. I love free stuff. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And right now we're going to do a really fun fold. And so I'm going to show you guys the stamp set right now. Let's go ahead. And this is the gorgeous Designer Series paper. Let's see if I can zoom in a smidge. It's a little messy because I was filming today. And I love this paper. As you may have already heard me tout quite vocally that I love me some paper. And so if you guys didn't catch it, I just posted a video. Hi, Hilda from New York. Nice to see you. Thanks for sharing, sister. But let me see here. It's showing me eyes, and it's not telling me who is commenting. So go ahead and comment. Let me know. That would be great. So, okay, good. I'm just making sure everything's moving, and I can see my fingers move. Can you guys see my fingers move? Because it's not showing it. Oh, there we go. Okay. I had to laugh because I have an addiction to wearing lots of rings, and I have worn them for years, but I heard a line on the thing about Johnny Depp wearing rings all the time, and I was like, oh, I love me some rings all the time, and accessories. So I'm not doing it under Johnny Depp, but I like a little knuckle bump that I match him a little bit. He is a bit bonkers, but I love him. I've heard wonderful things about how great he is. So this here is the He's All That set. So I'm going to let you guys pick right now which of the stamp sets that we're going to do. So you guys can pick. I'm going to narrow it down to the 4. So it's just the Holy Smokes, You're Amazing, Every Day With You is Another Adventure, Together for the Long Haul, or Happy Birthday to a Classic. Can you guys pick a word that you would like to see, and I would be glad to create it for you. Can you do that for me? I am moving so that I have a clear block here without as much of a reflection for y'all. Still reflecting, isn't it? Let's see here if it will stay. There. It's a little crooky. Crackers. Hold on. There. So it's one of these ones. Happy Birthday to a Classic, Together for the Long Haul. Every Day With You is Another Adventure, or Holy Smokes, You're Amazing. The Happy Birthday, Hilda says. I'll give you guys an opportunity to comment and let me know. I just did a fun card today. If you guys are into the Johnny Depp trial, you might want to do it. If you're not into the Johnny Depp trial, you still might want to do it. It is fun. I had fun making it. I made it for a cousin of mine who dotes on my children and I, and we just love him. I love all my cousins. I have such an amazing family. That's one of the reasons we moved here to Indiana. We get asked that all the time. Like, why would we move here? With such vehemence. Hello, y'all. It's a great area. I am trying to convince all my friends to move to Indiana. One of my friends actually moved to Idaho, and the other one moved to New York, and the other one, no, Florida. And they are in the movie industry, and so one of them was telling me how great Johnny Depp was years ago when we were just, you know, he wasn't famous for being in this trial when she and I talked about it. So it's just nice to hear that he's really a nice guy underneath of all that, you know? So I am getting ready. So far we have Hilda who's commented, but if you guys are watching this, comment and I'll be glad to incorporate your projects into it. But we're going to go with birthday today, Hilda. Thank you. I'm excited. Now, the birthday to a classic. I love me some classic cars. You may or may not know that about me. I have a couple classic cars. I'm passionate about classic cars. And so, yeah, I love this super, super much. Now, this is designed to work with these coordinated dies here, just like so. And when you are seeing these are generally, unless they're marked otherwise, they are full-sized. So you can take like this circle, this oval one, and put it over the holy smokes. The circle one is designed to go around the everyday and the together for the long haul. And this one here, I believe, is supposed to be this one right there. I think it's fabulous. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you love it? Now, one of our friends, Johnny Z, we love you, Johnny, if you're catching this, is selling one of his classic cars, and I'm so heartbroken because we loved that car. But he is all about like the vintage awesomeness. And so I'm going to choose, you guys, actually, you're going to choose. Are you ready? One of two papers. You can choose which one you like. Either the style or the vintage cars. Can you guys pick what you would like for this card? Go ahead and comment and let me know. And we're going to be framing that out in our black cardstock. So I'm grabbing that. But the other paper you guys pick will be what helps to denote what we end up using for it. The cars. Thanks, Hilda. Do you like vintage cars too, sister? Love me some vintage rides, just saying. I learned to drive a 64 Impala. One of this guy, Carlos, that I worked with, I used to ride my bike into work because my dad didn't want to teach me. And so Carlos used to drive me home. He put my 10-speed in the back of his 64 beautifully restored Impala, and he used to drive me home and have me drive. Like, he taught me how to drive. He was the coolest dude ever. We worked at a fast food place. We worked at, which is such a funny thing to say, we worked at Wiener Schnitzels. Do you guys know what a Wiener Schnitzels is? Funny story on that. Wiener Schnitzel in German is a veal cutlet usually. And we would have Germans come in horrified because in America it's a hot dog joint, right? And so they would come in German, and my grandmother spoke German, so I knew some words, and they'd ask me where the Wiener Schnitzel was, and I would say, this is not Wiener Schnitzel, it's more like, it's like the brats, right? What was it called in German? Sausages. I can't think of the word right now, of course. But, so, it was a funny thing. We are going to be erasing this. This is, I believe, the Cajun craze. Let me grab that really quickly while we're doing this. It is the Cajun craze. And we'll do it over Berry Vanilla. So I'm grabbing Cajun craze. And then we're going to put that on top of Berry Vanilla thick cardstock. So the reason we do thick cardstock is you need to have a sturdy base. So my grandmother spoke all the time, she was a nurse, about quality shoes. And this is the same kind of mindset. You need to have quality shoes, quality base that you're walking on or treating yourself to. I'm trying not to lose these while we're talking, y'all. And so we're going to create with here. So this is how I do this. They come in just like so. And then here is the vintage car. It is a beaut. I actually might create like a ton of these and send them to my classic car club in California that our friend Johnny Z and Rob, and there's so many amazing guys that we became friends with that mentored my son while we were out there. We would pull up usually in his 75 Ford Ranchero, which is like the mullet of cars, y'all. Now I leave the red frame around it so I can see what's missing when I'm done. And I'll go through and I'll put all these backings on, and then they're sticky. And it's my favorite. It's my favorite kind of stamp. And so, yeah. Now we could emboss this, but I can't find my heat tool. And that was actually my plan for today, y'all. It was. So it sucks when your plan does not come into fruition. I was told once that saying the word sucks is the same thing as cussing. So if that offends somebody, hopefully you'll have some grace. Because I use the word suck all the time. It's way better than a cuss word in my opinion. But that's just me. Okay, so you guys can choose. Do we want the image to be stamped with the car in black or in Cajun craze? You guys pick. Right now, what are we going to do? We are going to, while we're doing this, we are going to take this to 5.5 and score it. And then to 2 3/4, you guys. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going in black. Okay, hold on. Girlfriend, I think it's you and I playing tonight. I know it's not our usual night, but I am stoked that you decided to join us. So thank you, boo. Okay. And so we're going to be creating a really fun little pop-up card, you guys. It's going to go just like this. And it's an easy, simple, all it is an additional line, and usually down the middle of a card. So our standard cards are 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I scored it at 5.5, and then again at 2 3/4. That's how I did this card. And then, so glad you're joining me, boo. Okay, so then we're gonna grab this here, and we're gonna take it to 4 inches. This stamp is bugging me, y'all. Moving it to the side. Okay, so I'm going to go down 1/4 inch on each one of these. That's all I'm going to do. I saw my Deb was here, but I don't see any more comments from her, which is either social media being difficult or she got busy. Okay, so then we're going to go down another 1/4 inch. So that's 3 3/4. 5. Oh, Denise, you're here. You've been posting on Facebook. Girl, I don't even see it. Like on my thing or on your own thing, boo. We're gonna go to 5, right? That's the last one, 5. Yeah, so the next one's 5. Sorry. ADHD just got me, y'all. So all we're doing is creating this really nice layered piece, layer by layer. So I just go down 1/4 inch each time for a simple thing. You can have fun and do different dimensions easily. And then we're rocking out this gorgeous vintage paper. So that is 3 3/4, so we're going to go to 3 1/2. 5, 4 1/4. No, 4 3/4. Right there. Okay. Now, I have extra berry vanilla here. I'm just going to grab it. I want to use the thick. I like to not use thick when applying layers. So when you're applying layers, you don't want to necessarily have it be thick. It is the paper I really like the most as well, Denise. So there you go. We'll go to 3 inches here. And we're going to go black because that is what our sweet Hilda asked me to do. And Hilda, you are all over it. Nicole! Bonjour. My friend Nicole Lejotte. Who knows if I'm saying that correctly? I think I said it correctly. Yes, oui. And so we have this really simple layered out effect, right? A card does not have to be crazy difficult to be really fun. And as my husband points out on the regular, he wanted me, especially when it came to his dad, who's from Italy. My father-in-law's from Italy, and he can read English. He just chooses not to. He prefers to speak in Italian, even though he's been here since, you know, for 58 years or whatever, 60 years. My sister-in-law's 60 this year. So we have a standard card. We just did an extra fold in the middle. Very simple. So then as we put this card together, it's still going to have the same measurements as a regular card, and it'll lay out. The black will look good. I agree. And bonjour, Lego. Bonjour, Nicole. Okay. Okay, Lego. Ah, oui. Lego. I was probably saying it wrong, but Lego. That's even easier. Like Lego, my ego girlfriend. I do not speak fluid French, but one of my other besties is French, and she's actually part of my team, Alexia, and I just love her. Alexia is known, when I was in a car accident, she showed up with this huge plate full of crepes with the orange Suzette cream, like dip. Oh, so good. And then she also, when my mom passed away, showed up with homemade eclairs. And she was like, you always need good comfort food. And she's kind of like an honorary auntie to my girls. She only has one boy. So I was wondering what kind of, how that style of card was made. Oh, perfect. Fran, Denise, I love that. This is just a simple extra fold, right? So we're going to just place this down. Then we're going to stamp and die cut. This is going to be relatively easy, but fun, right? This is perfect. My husband likes to, again, point out men like less words, at least in his knowledge, his thing. My dad was a words of affirmation person, so I don't know if that's true. He liked words, and that's where I get it from. My dad was an interesting man, y'all. Okay. Now, if I had more time and I had my copper in front of me, I would totally put the copper on here and, you know, put an accent from copper, but we're not going to right now. So what we're going to do is take the Happy Birthday to a Classic with one of my favorite stamp pads called the Jet Black Stains On ink pad, and we're going to stamp it. Now I'm going to teach you guys something. So when you do, you might be able to see the texture from the stamp pad because it's a linen stamp pad. Do you guys see that? Did I make you laugh, my love? I'm so glad. Okay, so I go back and I stamp it multiple times, different angles, to fill in the stamp. Now, with your ink, you should be able to see that shine to let you know that it is wet, and that is what you need. And then, and I love that I make you smile, Nicole. It was funny. I was in Taekwondo last night, and the director, they came by and he gave points to everybody, and he was like, not points, but pointers, like teaching us what, oh, I schmutz. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like that. But let's stamp that off. That just means I dug too deep. When I do that, I will stamp off the edges here, and then I will push along the edges, you guys, down. There you go. Okay. And don't feel like, I mean, paper is not expensive, my friends. Anyway, he pointed out, he says, he was telling everybody they needed to speak up more to make it better. And he said to me, you don't need to speak up more. He says, it's not a surprise that you were nice and loud. I was like, well, thanks, Bob. So we're going to do a little wiggle. We're not doing a rock and roll. We're doing a wiggle, as if we're wiggling our tushy like a corgi. Okay. How cute is that? I love it. Love it. And I do see it's a little blurry, but I kind of like it. If you don't know what I'm saying, I must have wiggled it when I stamped it down. It's a little blurry. Not an issue for me at all. Like, I was happy. Happy, happy, happy. So we're going to use my mini cut and emboss. Our cut and emboss machines are phenomenal. Phenomenal, you guys. I love it. And it tells you what to put down with what, right? So the green one is for embossing, and it has little pictures. You can't go wrong with the pictures. I'm a picture person. You're welcome, Tiffany. I am literally talking and I have no idea what I gave you guys a tip on. Okay. I love you guys. My brain apparently shut down today. Well, it shut down because I'm still stuck on the fact that I misplaced where I put my heat tool, and I will find it. But my brain is going, where did you have it last? That tab is open. Now, because this is strategically, like, I want it to frame it out, I'm going to grab a sticky note and just put it down over it. And frame it, or you can frame it with, like, your finger, and then use a sticky note to go over the edge. Okay, here we go, my sisters. And then we're just gonna crank it. This is the best part. That cracking is okay. And once it releases pressure, you can actually just go back and forth if you want. You don't need to. I'm not doing that because I need an extra cut. I'm literally only doing that because it comes right back to me. And I'm kind of lazy. So there you go. Isn't that beautiful? You guys, so stinking easy. I was there when they brought out I would remember when it came to fruition, the die cut machines for crafters. And I remember fighting it for a year, like not giving in. Like, why do I need that? I love to fussy cut. Oh, the ink and stamp. Oh, you're welcome, sister. And so when I finally did invest into it, I was so in love. Because I ended up doing all these classes, and then I was doing it for everybody. Like, I was doing all their fussy cutting, and I was getting a little tired of it. And now I live by die cutting. Now, always emboss or impress from behind so that it does here. And this is an interactive card, so it's going to be moved. So when I send a card that's going to interact, play with it before you mail it. Just give it some love. My kids will often volunteer to do that for me, just so you know. So if you have a child in your life, they would love to help you by playing with your card. Now, the reason I did it in very vanilla instead of Cajun Craze is it would have been lost on the back of that designer series paper. Here we go, just off to the side. Now, this comes with the most fun of, I'm looking to see where I dropped it. There it is. it comes with this great rustic metallic in the suite, right? The suite here has got this like vintagey metal accent that you guys will see right there. And we're gonna peel and stick that. You need to do this, Denise. I think you'll have so much fun with our fancy folds. They are so easy. Now, this here, if you knew your dad or the gentleman that you would send this to would keep this on his desk. I like to send these with a Post-it notepad inside right here so that it stays on their desk and it does it. So when we give it to my husband, the girls will do things and decorate it and put it so that he keeps it on his desk. He doesn't like to do that, but he will do it when they do it for him and he doesn't have a choice. Okay, so these are really legit like metal. Like when you touch them, they feel like metal. They are metal. They've got a girth and weight to that. So did you know to mail those cards, you've got to get a little creative. So we're going to go in and with the little ones here, I'm just going to put a stud on that for that stud. Hey, stud. That's from Grease Lightning for y'all, just saying. Simple, classic, just a little accent of metal. You could add them all over the page, you guys, and it would look great, in my opinion. This rustic vintage metal, super fly. And our Take Your Pick tool makes it easy to grab all of those tools. They do not come in this. They come in a box with a holder, but it's not with your name on it. It's just so you know, that's part of being part of my team. We do that at events, that kind of thing. Then we're going to take your Wink of Stella and we're going to make that car shine here. And I like it, you guys. I'm actually debating, do you think we should make this car the Cajun Craze color? Because I can color that Cajun Craze really easily. You tell me, should we make this into a Cajun Craze car or just leave it this black and white? You guys tell me. I like the wink, but I'm open to playing. So I'm going to show you what that would look like, just so you guys know. One of my favorite things to do. And then look here. Can you guys see? We were talking about this, Tiffany. You can also see when something here. So I have a napkin, and you can clean that off before stamping it if you dug it too deep into the ink pad. Do you like it black and white? Leave it? Okay, I'm going to show you guys what it would look like otherwise, just so you know. So there is that. Oh, another tip. When you get your StazOn, it has this clear piece inside. Apply dimensionals to the top of it to the lid, right? So that clear sheet will always come back on top of it. It helps to give it an extra airproof, I know, you're so funny. Gives you an extra airproof, sorry, I'm spacing, seal, that's all. I'm gonna squeeze the ink pad together right in the center while it's closed, and it creates a well of ink right from the center of your ink pad. This is a water-based ink. Things like StazOn is not water-based, just so you guys know. We're gonna just grab the Wink of Stella, and we're gonna come in and there's a hair on that. Color the vintage ride. We watched a young man get his black belt, and he was so good, Mr. Zane. When you get a black belt, you're now referred to as Mr., which my son thinks it's hysterical that I have to call kids that are 17 Mr. Or one of the girls that's in her early 20s, Miss. And I don't care. I have no pride with that. Like, if you earned your position, you're all over it, in my opinion. But Zane is 14. And a man of few words. But he had to break a dozen boards last night, and one of them was concrete. It was pretty amazing. So this is fun too. I'm done with that. So when you're done, you can just take the tip and you can just wipe off the tip until it is clear, and then you can use it with a different color if you want. Yeah, isn't it nice, Nicole? I think so, my friend. Okay, so easy. Oh my gosh, this stamp set is an easy one. And, oh, really quickly. Where'd I put them? Hold on. Okay. If you want this card to stay open, you can put a sticky notepad right here, right? But if you don't want to do that, you need something that will help it to stay open. So what you can do, go back to take your pick tool, right here. And then what I do, because I am a little A-type, if you guys don't know that about me, I'm gonna give you another little tip. Put a piece of paper in here, right? And make sure it lines up nice and tight. And then I hold that. And then I'm just going to place 3 because that's usually odd numbers look best. So 1, 2, 3, right there, right? So when you do that, put these things away. Now, your card will mail like this, and then you can get it to stay up just like that. And those little dots will now make it stand. What do you guys think? Do you love it? So this is a really fun card. And it's easy. So if you were to put a sticky notepad inside, it would look, here's just a blank sticky note, right? Be about the same width, right? You can put that in there, right there. And you can have like 10, 15 sheets, depending on if you mail it. Expect it to be more money to mail, unless you give it to them. And then it closes. So I like it. Whether you do that or you just stamp the inside can also be what you do, or write a note right there. And so you can write your little note. You can write up here if you want to write something more conducive. Oh, and my nail polish is leaving schmears. And then it mails so well. If you did not use the adhesive or the embellishments on the inside, you can turn your card over to mail it, but that won't work if you have embellishments. So sometimes when you see this, you might want to put an extra piece of very vanilla in the card like this, so that it mails and protects your envelope from snagging those embellishments. Thanks, Hilda. Hilda, will you do me a favor? You have been so wonderful. Will you make sure you message me your address? Send me an email at jamie@gettingcrafty.net. Here, let me write that down for you. That's a T. Right there, sister. And I would be, oh, is it backwards? Oh, crackers. It is backwards on your guys' screen. Will you make it, Denise? I'm so cool. I'm so glad. That's so cool. I am cool for school. So Hilda, it's Jamie, Jamie, at gettingcrafty.net. And I'll be glad to send you this card in the mail. So that would be cool for school. What is today's date? The 17th. So making sure I put down 5/17 live Hilda. And guess what, Hilda? You're going to have that on this card with a little note. It's coming your way. There might be a present inside of it. And I'll be glad to send it to you in New York. So hopefully that helps you guys. So yeah. You're welcome, my friend. Just make sure you send me an email. You can message me on Facebook. Hi. So easy but fun, and just, I like a little extra fun fold. They get it and they wonder what to do with it, right? And so then it looks like this. And it's just a surefire way to brighten somebody's day. And so I hope this makes you smile as much as it made me smile, and that you joined me. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So Hilda, your note is on there for you, girlfriend. So that is it, my friends. I will have that tutorial up on my blog tomorrow, and you can purchase the online class. Do you know how to do that? All you have to do is order this bundle or suite, and it'll come to you. You use my hostess code for the month. It's all on my blog at gettingcrafty.net. That's gettingcrafty.net. And then you would order that, and then I will send you a free kit in the mail. Free. And you can create with us on our lives. It's a lot of fun. So really easy to do. But that's it, my friends. I ate some potato chips tonight right before dinner. My tummy's not liking that. I really need to go back to eating clean. Let me just tell you. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great evening. God bless. Happy stamping. And I will be picking a winner in 24 hours to receive a stamp set or a die set. And I will mail it to you, or contact you, message you, and mail it to you. So I'm glad you guys joined us. Have a great evening. Thank you for thebomb.com. Happy Tuesday, and check out my video if you haven't. It's we are Team Johnny in this house. Though my youngest daughter informed me that she is tired of objection hearsay. But if you haven't seen this really fun card, you can see that on my blog. And we took it and upgraded it with a second card with a twist. So you want to catch that. It's all about the Mega Pint. Good night. God bless. Have a good evening. I will talk